There is another reason to fill your heart with hatred. It must be this way. One day you will understand why. You must try to remember me and your true self as well. You will birth a god.
Alright, so we're just gonna do some audio check, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Looking good on my end. Optional is pretty solid, not gonna lie, as far as Silent Hill puns go. That's definitely one of the higher up ones I've heard. But yeah, welcome to Silent Hill In Depth, Part 2. And so our live stream series where I'm gonna take my time explaining kind of the plot, the story, all stuff I like about Silent Hill 1. As I said last time, we're going to cut these up into individual episodes after the fact. And, I'll have to stop the waifu talk right now, because I can't get distracted by the inferior opinions of those who prefer Rebecca Chambers. Just inferior, really. Tight-lipped elevation's pretty solid, too. Not gonna lie. But, yeah. Just, gonna check around. Just before we start, just take kind of ridiculous look at like 2.5 hours for the playthrough slot. Let's look at this is the last save point in the game. So I'm not even halfway through the game and I'm already about 45 minutes over what is the last save point before the final boss. So yeah, on an average playthrough, I'm taking my time. We are going at a snail's pace here. You can't kill me, Thick. I am subhuman. You know, you cannot kill me. So, yeah, we're going to start here, and away we go. Alright, moving around. Controller is working good. Check my inventory. Check my map. All good. Check my inventory. I have a lot of resources. Yeah, we are going to play your guys' pace. Just some minor housekeeping from last time. 2 points that I didn't really bring up. Well, really 1 point. The biggest housekeeping that I want to get out of the way right now is Lisa Garland's name. It is another reference to The Wizard of Oz, which, as we mentioned in the first stream, is something that Silent Hill 1 makes numerous allusions to. The name Lisa Garland is a reference to the actress Judy Garland, who played Dorothy in the famous film adaptation of The Wizard of Oz. Soundless prominence. That's pretty good. You know what? I actually kind of like these Silent Hill puns. I don't know. They don't get on my nerves. If you want to stop because, not really appealing to you anymore, that's cool, but I don't mind them. So, yeah. Just to fill in where we were last time, Harry Mason is looking for his daughter Cheryl Mason after they crashed into the town Silent Hill while going on vacation. I went through the elementary school, went through the hospital, met some weird people. I'm gonna warn you right now, Marshall. We're gonna be moving at snail's pace, discussing crap no one cares about. Because I obsess over these games to an unhealthy degree. But yeah, Harry is... Oh yeah, well, thank you for watching. We're gonna make sure to put them all together to a nice little episodic format when we're all done here. But Harry has encountered a woman named Dahlia Gillespie who claims that the town is being covered by darkness, and he needs to go to the other church located in the Green Lion Antique Shop where we are right now. So, in order to stop the evil spreading and to find out about the mysterious Alessa and to save our daughter Cheryl, we gotta go in here. So, I'll say one thing as a warning. This is probably one of the weirder elements on Silent Hill 1 where there's a lot of exposition dump that we're going to get right now. There's going to be a lot of cutscenes, and I'm going to have to mute my mic a fair bit. So, yeah, we're going to push this and get the first of many. There's a trace on the floor. That somebody moved the cabinet. Do you want to push the cabinet? Yes, I do.
What's this?
Harry!
Sybil?
I'm glad you're okay. I shouldn't have left you. Things are worse than I thought. It's nuts.
What are you doing here? I thought you left town.
I saw you go in here, so I followed you. I couldn't get out. All the roads out of town are blocked. Cars have completely stopped running. The phones and radios are still out too.
What about my daughter? Did you see her?
I did see a girl.
Was it Cheryl?
I only caught a glimpse of her through the fog. I went after her, but she vanished. I don't know about your daughter, but...
And you just let her go? Where was it?
On Bachman Road. She was heading towards the lake. Now don't get excited. It wasn't like she ran off exactly. There was no place for her to go. The road has been obliterated.
What? So then Cheryl...
It was like she was walking on thin air.
Hmm?
What about you? Anything?
Yeah, I met this bizarre woman. Her name's Dahlia Gillespie. Do you know her?
Dahlia Gillespie. No. And?
She said something about the town being devoured by darkness. Gibberish like that. Any idea what it means?
Darkness devouring the town? Must be on drugs. They sell them to the tourists. The force still can't figure out who's behind it. None of our leads have panned out, and the investigation is stalled.
What could drug trafficking have to do with all this?
I really don't know. But maybe that's the darkness she was talking about. That's all I can think of. What's this?
Just discovered it. Maybe there's something back there.
Let's have a look.
Wait. We don't know what's back there. I'd better check it out first.
I'm a cop. I should go.
No, I'm going.
All right. I'll cover you from here. Be careful. If anything looks fishy, get back here on the double.
Okay. Sybil,
Yeah?
do you know anything about... well, like some other world? It's like some kind of bad dream.
What are you talking about?
I'm not quite sure. I try to make sense of it, but then my mind goes blank. Everything's dark there, and I hear sirens in the distance. I met this nurse, Lisa. It's like I was there, but not really. It's all a blur, like some kind of hallucination, you know?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Harry.
Oh. I was just wondering. Never mind.
Harry. You're tired.
Yeah, maybe.
Does everyone hear me now? Everyone hear me now? Okay, yeah, I'm very sorry, everyone. We just had some mic issues temporarily. Yeah, the guy... There we go. There we go. I just had some mic issues. I've been having some little issues here and there, but hopefully they won't interrupt us for the night. But yeah, this is a little weird. Let's just go over what we saw in that cutscene. Basically, I paused the game just because the music is a little grating. I was trying to put my mic back together. But let's get to the point here. That is our reunite. We are reunited with Sybil Bennett, the cop from the very beginning of the game, who met Harry in the diner and gave him his handgun. I didn't talk about this when we met Sybil. Oh, welcome back, Wild Potato. Welcome, welcome indeed. I didn't talk about this when we met Sybil. I'm very conflicted on her character. She is the odd one out of the entire cast of this game, in my opinion. Now, I have some, quote-unquote interpretations, basically just ass polls about why I think Sybil is even in this game. But without getting into spoilers, every member of the cast has some specific reason to be, interacting with the events that's going on screen. They have a reason to be here. Sybil's the only one that I struggle to actually relate. I have an idea we'll go over later, but overall, I feel like she is an element of the growing pains of the series when you consider this is the first entry. Because every other game after this, every character has an actual purpose to be there. Sybil's always been a really weird one, but we'll go over her more in a little bit from now. But what we establish in there is that pretty much every method of communication with the outside world and every method of escape from Silent Hill, gone. Roads are out, radios out, phones are out, etc. So they're isolated, they're stuck. They're in Silent Hill and nobody is leaving. Fair enough. Sybil also mentions that she saw a black-haired girl who could more than likely be Harry's daughter, Cheryl, but what she saw was a black-haired girl walking across thin air. Basically just those giant chasms Harry encountered earlier in the game, just going over them, walking on air. So it's someone, a black-haired girl, basically breaking the laws of physics as she sees fit. So worth noting. I do think it's a little weird how a scene like that, we're not shown, we're told. It's a little backwards to me, but, whatever. No big deal. She also... excuse me, just going over my notes here, just going through my pages. So, Harry first mentions Dahlia to Sybil in this scene. And when describing the things that Dahlia informed him of about the town being devoured in darkness, all that crap, Sybil immediately writes it off, saying, drugs. She's totally stoned, bro. And mentions how Silent Hill has a drug trafficking issue. Don't forget, there was a mention of drug trafficking problems in the Silent Hill police station that we went over last time. So this is going to play into the plot a little more as we go on. But just remember, Dahlia could just be on drugs, and Silent Hill has an issue, to the point where the neighboring town where Sybil comes from, Brahms, is investigating it. So, okay. And last but not least, Harry tries to describe to Sybil about the other world, the dream world. It's another place where they're there, but not really. It's like a dream. He tries to describe this all to Sybil, and she doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. It's almost as if like she cannot see the things that Harry is seeing, which, if we go off last time where the Dr. Michael Kaufman could directly comment on the monsters and all the crazy crap going on, she is further put at a distance from Harry and the rest of the cast. Okay, so, fair bit to go over there. That's kind of the most important aspects. I've been sitting and talking too long. Let's move on. So, we are going into the back of...
What's this? Some kind of altar. Never seen anything like this before. Maybe this is the other church.
I actually forgot there was a little cutscene there. That's my bad, everyone. But yeah, this is an altar in the back of the antique shop. Yeah, it's drugs, brah. Drugs, brah. Speaking of drugs, brah, if we go to the altar, some kind of powder is left in the chalice. Now, if we remember correctly, the plant White Claudia was told to be the base of whatever drug that is being sold and distributed and produced in Silent Hill and Silent Hill alone. So, could this be White Claudia? Could this be sort of the base or whatever drug we would end up being? I don't know. But if we go over here, we can find a new weapon. There's an axe. Take it. Axe is kind of useless, honestly. No intention to use it since we're kind of stacked with bullets. Like, let's see how many handgun bullets we got. We got a lot. We got a lot of ammo. We're good to go. So, axe is useless, but good to have just for posterity's sake, I guess. And let's get ready for another cutscene.
What the?
Harry? Are you okay? Harry? Harry?
Where am I?
Harry.
Lisa? Then I'm in the hospital?
You were having a bad dream.
Was I? Hey, you don't look too good. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Nothing you need to worry about.
Well, if you're sure. Lisa, do you know a woman named Dahlia Gillespie?
Oh yeah, that crazy Gillespie lady. She's kind of famous around here. She never sees anybody, so I don't know that much about her. But I heard her kid died in a fire, and supposedly she's been crazy ever since.
Well, she says the town is being devoured by the darkness. Do you have any idea what she's talking about?
The town devoured by the darkness. Yes, I think I do. Before this place was turned into a resort, the townspeople here were on the quiet side. Everybody followed some kind of queer religion. Weird occult stuff, black magic, that kind of thing. As young people moved away, the people figured they'd been summoned by the gods. Evidently, things like that used to happen around here all the time. Before the resort, there really wasn't anything else out here. Everyone was so flipped out, you gotta blame it on something. Then a lot of new people came in and everybody clammed up about it.
A cult?
Last time I heard anything about it was, gosh, years ago. When several people connected with developing the town died in accidents. People said it was a curse. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm rambling. I'll shut up.
Was that another dream? Did I pass out again?
I don't want to think so, but maybe this is all just going on in my head. I could have had a car accident and now I'm lying unconscious in a hospital bed. I don't know what's real anymore. Sybil said Cheryl was heading towards the lake, but the road to the lake is blocked. Are there any other roads? Lisa would probably know. Yeah, that's pretty rude, Harry. Why would you tell a nurse that she doesn't look that good? Once again, just want to point out, these bodies that we've been seeing all since the very beginning of the game, here again, just lined up on the walls, right on display for you to see. Almost like they're placed here on purpose, for display. You have to see them, constantly. Always reminded of their presence, always looming over you. We'll get to that later, that means something, that's important. But yeah, let's go over what we just saw there. Excuse me. But Harry saw something happen at the altar, he passed out yet again, and then completely disappeared. He woke up once again in the Hellworld Hospital, in Hellworld Alchemilla with Lisa Garland. Now, Lisa immediately tries to comfort Harry and tells him that he was just having a bad dream. What we've seen so far, though, is that Harry is passed out, woken up, and disappeared and reappeared in many different places and many different locations. In fact, if we check the map here, Harry's in the antique shop again. He's just woken up in it, but now he's in the Hell antique shop. So he's just going all over the place. But more specifically, I think when you're talking specifically, John, about, or Jonathan, whichever you prefer, about how, oh, that's pretty rude, Harry's saying she doesn't look good, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Harry's visibly noticing that, hey, Lisa, you okay? You okay there, buddy? You're not looking so hot. But what happens is that he discusses with her about Dahlia, and she seems to understand the talk of the town being devoured by darkness. Lisa seems to get it. She also mentions how Dahlia went, quote-unquote crazy after her daughter died in a house fire. Or a kid died, excuse me. So after Dahlia's kid died in a house fire, she went crazy, but she does believe in the concept of the town devoured by darkness as a reference. This stream is great and all, but if you aren't shit-talking Tom Hewlett every 5 seconds with snobby tone, how can I know you're a true Silent Hill fan? I'll shit-talk Tom Hewlett eventually. Eventually I will. It's just like, I don't even really hold ill will to the guy, honestly. He's kind of a dick, but, it was a no-win scenario he was put in. Yeah, I would agree with you, Marshall. Silent Hill 1 looks great. It's art style. It is down to art style. This game's art style is fucking phenomenal. And that's, I think, what makes it holds up really well. Makes it hold up pretty good. There we go. We'll save there. But yeah, when he was talking with Lisa, Lisa mentioned how before Silent Hill became a resort town, everyone here seemed to follow some sort of queer religion. I'm glad everyone picked up on that. Boy, how times have changed. But everyone used to follow some sort of black magic occult sort of thing. So, yeah, 1 second. But during that conversation, Harry just passes out. Just passes out, once again wakes up, and comments to himself, am I just dying? Am I just in a hospital in a coma or just fucking dead right now? I don't even know. So, even Harry's starting to get completely disoriented, sort of put off kilter by the constant awakening and falling asleep. Yeah, queer just means strange. It's just taken on a different connotation in regards to sexuality, especially in the last, it feels like 3 or 4 years. The terminology's gotten really fucking weird. Whatever. It's none of my business. This is not, this is not the sociology stream. This is the Silent Hill stream, because Silent Hill is fucking cool. But yeah, Harry has woken up yet again. Hey Dave, how's it going? Don't worry about being late. Well, we've basically just gone through 2 rooms in the last 20 minutes because I'm that much of an asshole. But yeah, Harry needs to find a way to get to the other side of town. So, we gotta go find Lisa again. But oh no! Yep. Fucking rompers. Just mounting me down, pinning me down, and mounting me. That is bad news, bears. Okay, so we're moving on. But actually, let's see if we can get a good look. If you can look, the dogs actually have a different texture now. Different model. Obviously, I'm not going to stay around too much because the romper's going to kick my ass, but that is a different model of the groaner enemy with worms sticking out of its head, and it's just for the hell location variant. It's only for this section of the game. That's really cool that they just made another section. Cool shit, cool shit, cool beans. Oh, we are now in a mall.
Cheryl.
So yeah, just another little thing, Cheryl. It's actually kind of interesting how long this goes on for. These runes change constantly. They make new combinations of them after a point. This is needless detail. And you get the little Alessa picture there, the chick from the hospital, remember? And yeah, now we just get this collage of the runes. They didn't need to do this. They didn't need to do this at all, but it's really cool. And, oh yeah, Josh, I'm very sorry for missing your comment there, but I actually have a point, sort of a gripe about the Evil Within in particular. In my opinion, the Evil Within is straight up just copying Silent Hill 4's plot. Straight up. This is not a Silent Hill 4 stream, so I don't know if I'll talk about that, but Evil Within is just copying that thing fucking verbatim almost, and it kind of bothers me. But, you know, whatever. I think it's a shadow line, but it could be blood, honestly, for all we know. Because, you know, keep in mind, this is not exactly working on real-world rules and requirements. So it could just be blood. Could be an artistic thing. Yeah, from the Cheryl TV scene, know what you mean. I think it's a shadow myself, but, you know, who knows, really. I agree. I actually like the American box art for Silent Hill 1. I think it's pretty cool. I believe it's the European one that has the burned chick. I don't like that one. That one's kind of eh. I actually like the American one. It's pretty cool. Kind of the photo negative Harry Mason face. It's very striking. Actually, I really like Silent Hill 2's American box art too. It's really, I don't know, this, the look at Angela's face in the green tint. I've always really appreciated that. It's really cool. It's Silent Hill 3 that I think has the weakest American box art. It's just Heather there. I forget which one. I think it's either the Japanese or the European that had the really interesting variant. I'll post both of them in the finished product, since I think both the Japanese and American box art covers for Silent Hill 3 are superior. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think the American box art for Silent Hill 1 is the best of the original game. It looks really nice. But, we're looking at this now. I don't know what that is. I have an idea. I think we're going to see what that might be, but there's size discrepancy there. Yeah, Evil Within being creatively bankrupt. You know what? You ain't even wrong. But that worm over there, I think I know what it might be, but I don't know. There's a size discrepancy there. Yeah, worm larva. I think we might see in a second what that is, but I'm not confident that I'm correct. Oh no! Yeah, here we go. I think it's supposed to be this. Huh? Damn it. Alright. There we go. 2, 3. Ah, damn it. So this is the twin feeler. Hunter rifle. Oh shit. Let's check my health. This is the twin feeler boss. Yeah, it's a graboid. Pull out the 8 gauge, honey. Pull out the elephant gun. But if anyone hasn't seen it, Tremors is a great movie. Everyone should watch it. Where you at? But I'll have more to say on the twin feeler later. At the moment, I don't have too much to say on this boss. It's just kind of annoying. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Just kind of sprint around. Where you at? Where you at, babe? Nope. Come on, Harry. Let's see here. What's my health at? Jeez. Alright, where you at, buddy? Come on. There we go. Okay, so let's switch back to the handgun. And looks like he's done. You love it. You love it. I would agree with that. I think the overall design of the bosses isn't great. There's one boss in particular I think is pretty cool. Just for the moment, it's the most metal fucking thing that a video game has ever had, and I will fight people over this. It is so goddamn metal. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. But yeah, we just defeated the worm. It just walked away to die. It's not going to come back or anything. That'd be crazy. So, I guess we leave them all now. Alright, let's go. So, let's see if I can get a good look at it. As we walk through, what we can see are these massive windmills in all directions, and a new variant of the air screamer called the Night Flutter. It's basically just an air screamer with worms for heads. The air screamer, actually, fun fact, is apparently Masahiro Ito, the monster designer's favorite monster in the series. It's his favorite enemy design, apparently. I don't know. Pretty interesting fact that that's his #1, but what are you gonna do? But yeah, what we see all around are these cyclic fans everywhere, and there's always 2 of them. There are 2 layered behind each other. Because if we also go over to this side, there's 2. 2 on this side. 2 on this side, and over there too. So as you can see, they're really hammering in the cyclic imagery. Ah, damn it. I should probably heal, because I'm getting my ass kicked. I'm getting my ass kicked. But yeah, this image is fantastic. Just running through the rain soaks great, over a pit of nothing, fans to both sides of you. It's great imagery. The visual direction of this game cannot be overstated. It's phenomenal. I can agree with that, honestly. Silent 1's its hell is pretty nuts. Especially compared to Silent 2. I actually think Silent 2 is my favorite use of it. Personally, but I don't know. Because in Silent 2, it got ambiguous at certain points. What even was the Hell World? What even was it? Was it the ruined buildings, or was it the nice covered up buildings? Certain points in the game, it got a little ambiguous what was and was not James's Hell. I don't know, I kind of, that's getting into Silent Hill 2's talk, and we should probably avoid that. So, back to Alchemilla. Of course I get hit there, because I'm a Dumbo. So, what we're going to do is go meet Lisa again. Because she can hopefully help us get across town to find Cheryl.
glad you're okay.
Thank God you came back. I was scared to be here all alone.
I'm here now. I was worried too. I'm real happy to see you. Lisa, can you tell me how to get to the lake?
The lake? You take Bachman Road.
The road's blocked.
Well, that's the only way out there.
Are you sure? There's gotta be another way.
Wait! I just remembered something.
What?
There's a waterworks over by my old elementary school. It's been abandoned for years. There's an underground tunnel out there used for inspections or something. I remember hearing it runs all the way to the lake.
Really? You think I can get to the lake from there?
I've never been down in there myself, so I'm not positive. Besides, it's all fenced off to keep people out.
If there's a chance, I've got to try.
Harry, don't go! I don't want to be alone. It's so scary, I can't stand it.
How about coming with me? This may not be the safest place in the world either. I can't promise you anything, but I'll do my best to protect you.
No. Somehow I feel I'm not supposed to leave this place. Oh, Harry, I'm so scared and cold.
Look, just wait here a little longer. I'll be back as soon as I find my daughter.
Harry?
Oops. Mouse is on screen. But we're fixed now, so I'm just going to go save the game, and we'll talk about that cutscene, because there's a little bit there. Very interesting details in that little Lisa reunion, excuse me. I can speak English as my first language, don't worry. Yeah, balls on stream, everyone. Balls on stream. Alright. So, Lisa. She seems to have absurdly specific knowledge of the town. Like, oh yeah, you can cross through the sewer system on this side of town to get through. Totally, don't worry, you'll know that. Almost like she just has this perfect knowledge of being Harry's guide in some aspects. Like, oh, I know about the old religion. Oh, I know about Dahlia Gillespie. Oh, I know about how to get across the sewer into the old town. It's very weird specific knowledge she seems to have about this. So just keep that in mind. It's bizarre that she would know all of these details. But what is interesting there is there's a big mood whiplash that she tells Harry how to get across town, how to run through the sewers and everything. The moment Harry actually says, oh yeah, I'll go do it, she's just like, no, wait. Buddy, don't leave. I'm scared. Don't leave me alone. And Harry's like, okay, well, just come with me then, you know, whatever. Just don't gotta be so needy. Fucking goddamn. But then Lisa says no. And I quote, somehow I feel like I'm not supposed to leave this place. That's fascinating. The fact that she's almost has this impulse of, no, I cannot leave. I feel as if I can't leave this place. And she's terrified. She is... What we've noticed progressively since our first meeting is that each time you see Lisa, she's getting worse and worse. Her condition is degenerating. She starts out ignorant to what's going on, terrified, immediately attaches to Harry. Then Harry remarks in the second one, you don't look so good. And she's very detached during the entire conversation. She's very quiet and mousy through both interactions. But then in this one, the moment that Harry says he's going to leave again, she just completely freaks out. She goes loud, she begs him to stay, and then remarks, I cannot leave. I feel as if I can't. Very interesting. Very interesting with what's going on with Lisa. So, maybe again. Let's overwrite that just in case. And we'll head out. Now, I really like this next part. So, as you can see, there's no dog enemies here. They're gone. And just listen to this atmosphere. Listen to this fucking John Carpenter synth. You know it's fucking go time now. You can hear it. It's go time. Suddenly, it's changed. You're locked in. You can't go anywhere. Road's changed. No enemies. Only way to go is forward. Yeah, again, the atmosphere of this game is fucking phenomenal. It is astonishing how good it is. Okay, Dave, you and I gotta have a talk on Discord later, because obviously I don't want to talk about the Lisa plot yet, but I have a slight disagreement about Lisa, and this is something that it's one of my more controversial opinions on Silent Hill, which all the kind of controversial takes I have on the story of this game are going to be in the last episode, I guess, the last section of the game. But we'll talk about it later. No spoilers for Lisa yet. But music's telling us it's go time, so it's fucking go time. Well, we saw the twin feeler worm ran away. So I guess it just evolved into the moth called the Float Stinger. As you can see here, just gonna be walking around shooting the same ass at us, trying to stab us. Let's try to see, what's my health like? Bam bam. Yeah, it's the DMC2 boss, alright. Harry's just gonna jump in the air and just do the most lazy version of Rainstorm to kill this thing. But yeah, this is a giant moth enemy. Well, I'll talk more about this once it's dead, because I actually have a fair bit to say on the Float Stinger. I think the Twin Feeler and Float Stinger together are one of the most provocative images and symbols in Silent Hill 1. But again, that's just me being pretentious, because, you know, that's just who I am, sweeties. Come on. There we go. Yeah, this party is getting quiet. Let's rock. Man, I fucking love Devil May Cry so much. But, yeah, that is the Float Stinger moth. Marshall, I went over this last time. I would disagree. Everyone who's ever said Silent Hill 2 is the only one about the symbols, the monsters represent protagonists or characters' inner thoughts and turmoil. I would disagree with that. Silent Hill 1 did that first. I don't think it did it as well. Obviously, it's the first run at the bat. But I think there actually is a fair bit of very interesting symbolism in this game, which is why I chose to do it first, because there's a lot to talk about here. Specifically, let's talk about the Float Stinger moth, because moths, according to the Tai Chin Book of Symbols, which is essentially a big compendium that takes a lot of information from different cultures around the world, religions, faith systems, about what specific symbols mean across barriers. And what moths represent in relation to this game is fascinating, so I'll just share some of the details I took from my copy of the book Symbols on the matter. Is that a butterfly and a moth, as they're used interchangeably, symbolizes metamorphosis of both body and soul. The psyche's self-renewal beyond even traumatic endings. Aztec peoples actually believe that butterflies or moths represented the heroic enemies, enemy warriors, and women who died in childbirth. Basically, Aztecs thought are honorable enemies who died in battle, and women who die during childbirth, you know, those are the ones who are symbolized by moths. They reincarnate to become butterflies or moths. And a quote I have on the matter is that they are emblematic of their doomed suffering was the goddess Itzpapalotl. Oh, jeez, excuse me. A star deity depicted as a butterfly surrounded by stone knives and associated with the eclipse of the sun. We have been seeing a lot of the eclipse of the sun, and specifically, notice how when we killed the moth there, Silent Hill went back to its daytime fog effect. Yes, actually, moth and butterfly generally is not a different word, apparently, across cultural boundaries. Very cool stuff. And the last note I have there, in the east, the quiescent but transforming pupa has seemed a model of spiritual evolution through serene contemplation. Just something worth a note about, that what you see in a butterfly is sort of the idea of renewal, of rebirth, of spiritual renewal, becoming something new. And when we saw that just before us with the twin feeler becoming the float stinger, which we just killed, leading to the end of the eclipse and the return to daytime. I won't get into it too much, but it is fascinating to note that Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3 all make very heavy use of the butterfly and the moth symbolism. All of them have it to a very heavy degree. On my own time in relation to this game, Silent Hill is what got me into a lot of research onto archetypal symbolism, Jungian dream analysis, shit like that. Like, again, I'm not a smart man by any means. I just want to stress that right now. I am a fucking brainlet. I am a Dumbo. But I just find some of this stuff interesting, and I like talking about it in relation to a video game that I really like. Because Silent Hill is a cool game for cool people. Alright, so we're going back to the old Silent Hill to try to find our way into the sewers. Now, this is actually a really cool thing that the game did. Rather than make you walk all the way back, what happens is that as soon as you get to the bridge, you teleport there. This must be that waterworks Lisa was talking about. That's actually something I'm very glad you picked up on, Wild Potato, is that the day and night periods become shorter and longer, respectively. And we're going to see a more dramatic version of that later on, but I just want to point out that is very, very fascinating. I'm glad you picked up on that right away. We'll talk about that more later. I'm not a smart man, but I like smart games. Dune 2019. Hey. Just because I'm a Dumbo doesn't mean I can't appreciate that Smartos made good video games. So what we're going to do is we're going to heal, because I didn't do that. Gonna pull out this big warhammer. I cannot get over that a fucking warhammer just exists in this game. It's crazy to me. Oh yeah, the sewer music's great. Oh. One minute. Let's see here. Lock is worn out. Maybe I'll have to break it if I hit it hard. Alright, let's try it now. There we go. I had to examine it first. There we are. Let's put the handgun back on. How many bullets do I have? Ooh, I'm running a little light. Oh, jeez. That's bad news. It's bad news bears right there. So we'll go in here. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to pause at the moment since I need to use the restroom, which means my favorite thing ever, I get to do my ridiculous bathroom break joke. 1 second, everybody. I'm going to use the restroom, and I'm just going to leave some chill tunes on while I go do that. So what we're going to do
folks, I was talking with my honey the other day. My Pablo honey. I said to her, Pablo honey, I said, you go to my head. My radio head. Okay, computer. When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so fucking special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the heck am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body and a matching soul. I want you to notice when I'm not here. You're so freaking special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. No, 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 no.
And we are back. I'm glad someone finally noticed what this picture was. That is, in fact, Richard Cheese. That is Richard Cheese's cover of Creep. The only cover of the song worth listening to, in my opinion. But we are back. Let's go down to the sewer level now. Ken Levine, writer for BioShock Infinite, says he likes things. He said he likes when things make him feel dumb. Ken, I love System Shock 2. BioShock's a great game too. Shut up, man. Like, I don't know. Ken Levine is a very sad story. It's like he made one flop, in my opinion, with BioShock Infinite, and now he's just kind of paid for it. Where he hasn't really done anything since BioShock Infinite came out. It's very sad, actually, because the dude did have talent. He made some pretty good games, honestly. System Shock 2, one of my all-time favorites. BioShock, great game too. Oh yeah, Creep was. Oh man. Oh god, I hate these things. So yeah, this is a new enemy. This is the Hanged Scratcher. Yeah, I'm just using shotgun on cockroaches, you know. It's not a waste of ammo or anything. A lot of Creep on Rock Band. I listened to a lot of Radiohead on sad boy days, but, you know. Personally, if we're talking like sad, whiny Radiohead songs, No Surprises is still at the top of the heap. That is premium Sad Man Hours song right there. Oh, you don't like BioShock? You know what? I would actually like to see your take on BioShock, because I have problems with BioShock 2, namely how it's basically just plagiarism of System Shock 2, down to the exact same plot line and a lot of similar concepts. Basically, like, if System Shock 2 is sort of an exploration on collectivism taken to its most disturbing extreme, BioShock's sort of like individualism to its most disturbing extreme in a sci-fi setting. But, like, System Shock 2, I love. Yeah, you know, that's fair. That's fair enough. He seems like an ambitious guy who doesn't fully think out all of his plot points. I don't know. Maybe I'm just blinded by System Shock 2 nostalgia, because I really, really, really like that game. But yeah, that's the Hank Scratcher enemy. I don't have much to say on it, honestly. It's an enemy. I have one thing to note. Okay, Jonathan, you and I are going to have a conversation about that, because Bioshock 2 is better than Bioshock 1. I will fight people over this. Bioshock 2 kicks so much ass. It is such a fun action game. It's so underrated. I don't know. Bioshock 2 is really fun. Thief is another great game, too. Yeah, I did not know Ken Levine worked on Thief, actually. Oh, that's actually pretty interesting. There's a sewer key. Take it? Yes. So, the only thing I have to note about the Hang Scratcher is a line of dialogue that they have. Oh, yeah, the Vitality Chambers from Bioshock. You know, minor aside, they stole that exact mechanic from System Shock 2. And in System Shock 2, the Vitality Chambers there that resurrected you worked on a currency. So it was only if you had enough resources to spend could you do it. I don't know, like, I think System Shock 2 handled that exact same system way better. Because there's a lot of instances where resurrecting is actually the worst thing you can do, and you don't want to do it. Where in Bioshock, it's like just go, 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 go. You're basically playing the game on autopilot a lot of the time. I don't know. Like, in Bioshock 1, if you put the game on hard, and the fact that you can just go through most of the game with a wrench with little to no consequences, I think that is a problem. But, I don't know. This is not the Bioshock cast. This is the Silent Hill cast, or Silent Hill stream, excuse me. Thief 4 is garbage. Thief 4 is garbage. Don't even talk to me about that. Oh, Thief is terrible. So, there's one thing. As you can see, if you look up there, there is a Hang Scratcher on the ceiling there. I'm going to run through, and I'm just going to shut up, because what the Hang Scratcher has to say is very interesting. That's about the only thing about it worth noting. So, listen closely, children. Did you hear it? Now, allegedly, and at least what it sounds like to me, is that sounds like it is saying, "Let go of me," in a very modulated, ruined voice. Oh. Oh, shit. Come on. Let's go. You and me, buddy. Oh. Ah, come on. There we go. Oh, God. Another Thief game. Thief is such a dead series. It's not even funny. God damn it. It makes me sad. Alright. So, yeah, I'm gonna want to cross, though. Yeah, exactly. Allegedly, they're saying let go of me. The validity of that, I'm not certain. It's up in the air, but, you know, just keep that in mind. Could it mean something? Yes. Allegedly, Walpdale, that the voice says, let go of me. Allegedly. Now, I believe this is the corner I want. No, it is not. This is the one thing I don't like about the sewers, that my mental map just collapses completely. There we go. Come on. So what I want to do is I want to find a corner to kind of turn around. Yeah, like this area just collapses my mental map completely. Here we go. Silent Hill 1 ripped off RE7. I think it is close. I think the line is close to something a character says towards the end of the game. Obviously, like, no spoilers, but it's not an exact quote. That's the thing. I think the exact quote is "Get away from me," if I'm remembering correctly. Fuck. Ah, fuck. I'm just gonna power tank him. I don't give a shit. Let's get this health back. I don't know. Like, of all the enemies, the Hank Scratchers are the ones I have the least to comment on, specifically. Which is unfortunate. Once again, the game does have meaning in its enemies and symbolism, but not perfect. There are some things here and there. One of them is Sybil, of course, who we talked about earlier, and I'll sort of share opinions on later. Yeah, like, it's the best theory ah, shit. Forgot there was one there, but it's the best theory I've heard. Yeah, the wiki does say "let go of me," but the Silent Hill wiki you can take with a grain of salt sometimes, because don't forget, boys and girls, or probably just boys, there's no girls on the internet. But do not forget, the Silent Hill wiki is where the great foreskin fiasco of Silent Hill 4 happened. So it's all prone to human error. None of it's perfect. Never forget. Yeah, it's pour 1-0 for the homies. Pyramid Head. The character Sato hates the most. That does kind of suck that he hates his own creation. Ah, fuck you. Eat it. Yeah. It does kind of suck that he hates his own creation. But what are you gonna do? If I was in his position and it was like just meme to death. Wait. Am I a girl? That's just a secret between you and me, silly boy. You brought that on yourself. Alright, moving on. We're about to get to the most nonsensical scare in the entire series. Okay, Jack. In the finished video, I promise, I will put a link to the Silent Hill 4 foreskin fiasco. It is so ridiculous. Yeah, Harry Mason was circumcised. That's why he's so up. That's his trauma. The deep inherited trauma, circumcision, is what Silent Hill is about, man. So this scare makes no sense to me. Oh no! It's these enemies that we've already fought a bunch of times before. I should probably heal, actually. Yes, I should. Holy shit. I am not paying attention at all. That's how I play Silent Hill 1. I'm very lackadaisical in my approach to this game. So that's why playing on hard was a bit of a wake-up call first time I did that. Silent Hill 4's circumcision lore is so hilarious. Anyone who's not read into that needs to. It is a treat. It's almost as dumb as those guys. No, it's significantly dumber, but it reminds me of that stupid fan theory that, you know, Death Stranding is Silent Hills, is Metal Gear Solid 5 or 6 or whatever. Oh yeah, shout out to Dina and Game Den. Shout out to that. That's a great channel. Makes good Silent Hill content, makes good movie content. So here's a nice little detail a lot of people don't notice. The enemies follow you through the grate. That's pretty cool. Let's save the game here. Actually, let's not. What we should do is equip the handgun again. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. V has come too. Unfortunately, I cannot read that link live on stream since, you know, I'm just gonna be playing them Silent Hill games. What I like is almost all areas make the map very easy to access. So when you walk out here, first thing you see, bam, information, map. Resort area map. So, unfortunately, I did not look into the actual street name lore this time around. I forgot. That is my bad, everyone. But I imagine calling it South Park is an obvious reference to the show. That's an article about the circumcision lore. Good shit. Good shit. You're on that, John. Oh, let's get this ammos. Oh, without a map? Yeah, this area sucks without a map, dude. But what we're about to do is we're going to go on a side quest, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go on a side quest to get the good ending. Hooray! So, what we're going to want to do is find Annie's bar and head inside. And I hear a romper in the distance, the worst enemy in the game. Now, if I remember correctly, should be somewhere over here. Probably wrong. Let's just double check. Oh yeah, I'm way off. Yeah, it's like, this is all just for the side quest, pretty much. The one side quest in the game. Pretty much the one side quest in the series, come to think of it. I think some of the American games had ones. Like, obviously, Downpour was like some pseudo open world game, so it was mostly side quests, but... Ah, motherfucker. Alright. So, where's the bar? Yeah, trying to find the bar without the map is a pain in the ass. Especially with these enemies running around. Here we go.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I guess so. But I'm beat. I thought I was a goner there. So how'd it go? Did you find a way out?
No, not yet. How about you?
Zip. But it's too soon to give up. This craziness can't go on forever. A military rescue squad should be here any time now. If they come through the town, we're home free.
I hope so.
I better get going. This isn't the time to stand around flapping our gums.
Do you know a girl called Alessa?
No.
So he's full of shit. No spoilers, but yeah, it is interesting that when you first meet Kaufman and save his life from the monster here, first thing he does is deny knowing Alessa when pressed. It's like, no, I don't know her. And he refuses to look at Harry as he says that. So obviously, I'm assuming he's kind of like, you know what? I'm not even going to bother with this loser over here. That's a good question. His kind of optimistic assumption that the military rescue squad is just going to show up. It's like, why would you think that? Why would you assume that, Kaufman? He really does seem like the kind of guy who's like, if anything isn't going my way, I'm just going to deny it and pretend like it's not happening. So let's read what he dropped. Kaufman must have dropped this. Looks like it's full of stuff. I've got a Kaufman key. Got a receipt. So, now we are on the Kaufman quest, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you get the good ending. This is not as out of the way as I would expect to hide the good ending. It's not as ridiculous as the red liquid in the bottle. Let's pull that up, actually. It's not as ridiculous as trying to find this on your first playthrough, but it's still pretty silly. So what we have is a number 3 key and a receipt. Let's look at the receipt. Receipt from general store. Thought to have been dropped by Kaufman. Well, why would it be thought to have been dropped by? You saw him drop it, but you know, whatever. So Indian Rudder 0473. 0473. Let's go. Come on. There we go. As Wild Potato pointed out earlier, and I just want to reiterate, notice how it's just night again. Like, doesn't even have a transition this time around. It was day for a few minutes. You go into the sewer, come out, nighttime again. The nights are getting longer and longer, and the day is becoming just a fleeting glimpse. Cool shit. Cool shit so far. Alright. Now I believe, let's check the map, make sure I'm just going the right direction. I'm not. Actually, I'm going the opposite direction I want to go. Because I guess they don't know money. I don't know. Maybe the Japanese just don't understand American money. There's some nonsense, especially in Silent Hill. Oh, shit. Aha! 0473. Aha! So we are now in the Indian Runner General Store, which is pretty ruined. Looks like someone is looking for something in here. So, let's grab this. Rifle shells. There's a drawer. You want to open it? What do we find? Safe key. Let's take that safe key. So we got ourselves just a healing drink here. But yeah, as I was saying, there's some nonsense directional markers in Silent Hill 2. It's probably this, they don't really want to know about American measurements, so they just put whatever the fuck in there. But let's read this little ledger. Let's check this out. August 20th. He came by. I handed over the package that the woman left here. September 12th. He showed up at Norman's too. Don't want to be involved with the likes of them anymore, but I'm getting creeped out even more than before. Thought of leaving town, but I'm afraid of what will happen if I do. So it looks like the employee was handing off packages of some kind to someone named Norman. To a man who showed up after a woman dropped off a package, and Norman. So Norman's grand opening. Norman's is a motel. Alright, keep that in mind. Because we have a key. Wait a second. That key says number 3. That must be a motel key. Oh shit, we're putting together a mystery, ladies and gentlemen. 3 loaves of bread, 3 cartons of milk, 2 dozen eggs. Deliver to back door daily 8 a.m. Rear entrance code 0886. Yeah, this is the convenience store you were assuming from last session. But yeah, what's worth noting is that who at a motel is going to order 3 loaves of bread, 3 cartons of milk, 2 dozen eggs? It's, you know, it's almost as if that's coded language for something, bro. Yeah, I'm so dumb, I'm a genius. But it's good to point that out, since this is an extended Twin Peaks reference to a degree. But yeah, I don't know. We'll get more to the Twin Peaks stuff later on, since Twin Peaks in particular is very interesting with how it plays into it. It's locked. Well, it's safe, and we picked up a safe key, so we may as well check out what's in here. What's this? Drugs? Looks like white powder of some kind, just like the white powder that we saw in the chalice in the other church in the Green Lion Antique. Oh my god, it's like an operation. So what we can assume here is that Kaufman, whoever is working at the convenience store, Norman over here, and some woman, I don't know who that could possibly be, have some involvement in the Silent Hill drug trade that the police were talking about. Alright, so we got some details. 0886 is how we get into Norman's. Let's go. Nope. Let's double check. You know, maybe they are just making a breakfast casserole. Maybe I'm just being, you know, kind of negative. Just being a negative Nancy about an innocent breakfast casserole. I don't know. Maybe I should adjust my expectations. Oh, shit. 1 second. There we go. Aha! Oh, shit. A minute. There we go. Bam. We broke in. Oh, we got someone on the sofa. What's that? There's a magnet. Alright, let's take that magnet. What if Harry's real vacation? Yeah, Harry came to Silent Hill to get some good-ass Silent Hill drugs, and Cheryl's just watching her dad trip balls in the Jeep right now. It's a newspaper. Wait a minute. It's the same date as the one in the hospital. Remember, this is the clip that was cut out from the hospital paper in Kaufman's office. So let's read it. Investigation stalled. PTV dealers still at large. Suspicious deaths continue. Like the anti-drug mayor, a narcotics officer dies of a sudden heart failure of unknown origin. Huh, PTV. Well, as we know, we finally have a name for it. White Claudia, a plant that grows in the region, is the base ingredient for PTV, a drug that is sold by members of the town, and members of the syndicate are just killing off people trying to get in their way. Seem to hold a lot of sway in this town. Something that the Silent Hill Force can investigate. Nothing special. Anything here? No. I could save the game, but honestly, there's no reason to right now. All good, all good. So what we want to do is we want to find the number 3. Let's go to the number 3, because we have a key for that. Da-da-da. Use the Kaufman key. So let's just get this health drink. What is my opinion on the Silent Hill 1 drug subplot? I think it's vital because of what PTV is analogous to. And we'll talk about that more later. I think the drug subplot is actually vital to this. Harry's recreating the Death Grips Guillotine music video in the car. That's some good shit. That's some good shit right there. Alright, let's just push this shelf. And we use this little magnet. Bam bam. What do we find down here? Got a motorcycle key. Yeah, personally, I think the drug angle is vital. Well, one, it's a reference to Twin Peaks, which we'll talk about more in a second, because there's a very specific reference to the show. But I think it is important for the general plot of Silent Hill 1. Especially in relation to some of the real-world spiritual influences on this game. But you know what? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. It's a motorcycle. Oh, shit. Well, first things first, let's see if we can get the resources around the room. Can you grab that, Harry? Thank you. Looks like I got everything. An old motorcycle. Looks like it's been sitting here for years. That's weird. The dust is wiped away just around the gas tank cap. What? A motorcycle gas tank cap with dust around it? Let's see if we can open it. A small glass vial wrapped in a plastic bag. Well, this is actually a larger reference to Twin Peaks. There's a section of the show where a character named Bobby Briggs hides, I believe, cocaine in the gas tank of another character named James Hurley's motorcycle. And I believe this is a reference to that, as Twin Peaks was an idyllic small town that had a sort of underbelly and a drug trade running through it, stuff like that. It's just like the busted vial I found in the director's office at the hospital. What? That's crazy.
Give me that.
What is this?
That's none of your business. Instead of messing with that, how about coming up with a way to get out of here? You shouldn't be hanging around here goofing off. What do you think you're doing? You want to get yourself killed? Get out of here.
Okay, take it easy.
Unless you want to die, keep your mind on business. Got it?
So, weird detail, that silent line apparently had a voice line. I guess it had voiced lines from Harry's voice actor, Michael G., whose full name I cannot remember at the moment, and they just never bothered to put it in the finished product. I have no idea why. It's very bizarre. But we are revealed. Kaufman not so subtly threatens Harry, and basically, without revealing it, reveals that he's directly involved in the drug trade. Which, again, is just like Twin Peaks, where, spoilers for that show, industrialist Benjamin Horne is involved in the Twin Peaks cocaine trade. So, yeah, just a little reference, and totally not going to play into the plot at all. Not at all. That was a waste of a side quest, a waste of time. We are just at about an hour and a half, an hour 20, about that. So, yeah. We're making pretty good progress today. I don't know when we're going to stop, but there's a very specific point I want to stop. I just don't know when that's going to be. So, yeah. I suppose what we'll do is we'll just keep going for the evening, and when we stop, we'll just pick up tomorrow evening and just finish this fucker off, Get it out of the way. Because the game's about to go full-on exposition and reveal some shit for the last act, where all the plot details are going to happen.
What's this? Oh. Oh.
Not again. No, this time it feels different. Rather than shifting from reality into a nightmare, this is more like reality becoming a nightmare. I don't like this feeling, like something bad will happen. No doubt, something terrible is going on. So, this is a much more violent transition than we've seen at any other point for the Hell World. Very, very sudden, very violent. Even Harry comments, I've got a bad feeling. Some shit's going down. It is interesting how he's becoming more intuitive. And we're seeing characters kind of get this intuitive feeling. I feel as if I can't leave this place. I have a bad feeling about what's going on. They're becoming more in tune with sort of the emotions of the land itself, so to speak. Cool shit, cool shit. So let's check the map, make sure I'm going down the right place. As Potato was talking about, this is a pain in the ass to find if you don't have a map. Oh, shit. Couldn't dodge that. I have so much health items. I am so stacked. This is unbelievable. This is criminal, really. Shit. Oh no, oh no, oh no. We got this, we got this, we got this. This boat, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, it's such a good transition. Again, 20-man team, considered a failed project, basically. Sound 1 is a treasure. We'll talk about that more in a second, John. In just a second, believe it or not, we're actually going to have pretty much the explanation about what the hell is. Now, is the blink, this is kind of like, oh, run past it, you'll miss it, but if you remember correctly, this is a crucified body we've seen a fair bit, actually, throughout the game. Again, just here. There's a body stuck to the bulkhead. This is one we saw in the hospital. This is one we saw at the beginning of the game, I believe. I don't think it's exactly the same body. I don't think it's the same model. But they're in the same crucified position. And yeah, it's just worth noting. We're seeing this a lot. We'll point that out more later. But crucifixion imagery with a body that looks like this. Like skinned, bloodied man, no face. Okay. Let's get to another country. Okay, you prefer Jonathan? Alright, cool. So, yeah, we'll get an explanation in just a second, actually, Jonathan. We're gonna have another cutscene talk.
Sybil,
Harry!
how did you get back here?
I followed the sewer. Were you the one who cut the fence?
Yeah. I'm glad you made it. I was worried about you.
You were worried? Where did you disappear to? Never mind. I want to know what's going on here. What is with this town?
This may sound really off the wall, but listen to me. You've got to believe me. I haven't gone crazy, and I'm not fooling around. At first, I thought I was losing my mind. But now I know I'm not. It's not me. This whole town. It's being invaded by the other world. By a world of someone's nightmarish delusions come to life. Little by little, the invasion is spreading, trying to swallow up everything in darkness. I think I'm finally beginning to understand what that lady was talking about.
Harry, hold on a minute. I don't get it.
Look, I don't understand it all myself. I guess I can't explain it.
Well, what's making this happen?
I don't know that either. But I do know Cheryl is there.
There?
Under whoever created this darkness. Cheryl is somewhere and she needs my help.
Harry, this whole thing's been a major blow to you. You need to rest.
Sybil,
The demon is awakening, spreading those wings.
Dahlia Gillespie.
Was it not as I said? I see it all now. Yes, everything. Hungry for sacrifice, the demon will swallow up the land. I knew this day would come. And what's more, the task is almost finished. There's only 2 left. To seal this town to the abyss, the mark of Samael. When it is completed, all is lost. Even in daytime, darkness will cover the sun. The dead will walk and martyrs will burn in the fires of hell. Everyone will die.
So what am I supposed to do? I've got to save Cheryl.
It is simple. Stop the demon. The demon taking that child's form. Stop it before your daughter becomes a sacrifice. Before it is too late. Stop it! Stop it!
What do I do?
Go to the lighthouse on the lake. And to the center of the amusement park. Make haste. You are the only hope.
Look, Harry. I really don't get what's going on. But if there's a chance we can save your daughter, I'm in. I'll check out the amusement park. You go to the lighthouse.
Sybil, thanks.
You will need to use it.
Use what?
The flowers. Only with that can you stop it.
What about Sybil?
Man, why doesn't anyone ever listen to me? But yeah, that's a lot to go over. So we're just gonna collect the resources. We're gonna pause the game, and I'm just gonna sit here and read shit from my notebook because that was a lot of plot to just dump on us. You mean the Chaos Emeralds? I assume you mean the Chaos Emeralds. So yeah, we're just gonna pause the game because Harry, oh boy, how do I get into this? Well, one, Harry finally name drops what hell is called. It's being invaded by the Otherworld. And I find it interesting how Harry's name for it has just become the official name in the community. Like, everyone just calls it the Otherworld now. Like, oh, that's just what it's called. No, not really. It's just what Harry refers to it as. So it's like, it wasn't, I don't know, I find that very interesting. But one of the weird things in relation to the franchise as a whole, it's not a 1 to 4 as I would consider it, 1 to 3 even, because, 4 is 4, but Harry is one of the few characters who seems to get it. He seems to understand, okay, at least have a rudimentary understanding about what is Silent Hill. And what is Silent Hill? Well, okay, the TLDR in a sentence: Silent Hill is a dream. That's a statement a lot of people don't like since, there's a lot of that parallel universe talk. A lot of people have those theories, which, whatever. A lot of people say, oh, it's just reality transmorphing and people are just getting deleted or whatever. Whatever mental backflipping people have to say, no, it's happening in the real world. But, you know what? I think I don't need to say. I can just read, actually, from a developer interview. This is, 1 minute. What is the actual source of this quote from? It is from... It's canon names Circumcision Dimension. Yes, of course. But the quote I'm about to read from is from the official Konami Silent Hill 1 guide, the 1999 Japanese strategy guide. And it was an interview with an unnamed developer. Unfortunately, I could not find who specifically it was. And I'm going to give a special shout out to the YouTuber Max Durat. I believe I'm pronouncing his name correctly. He has videos on Silent Hill and what is going on there, and he directed me to this quote to begin with. Very fascinating. So this is from the official guide. For the sake of convenience, this will be referred to as the right side and the reverse side in this book. In the same way that a person normally repeats REM sleep, and that's rapid eye movement sleep, for those not aware, and non-REM sleep in regular cycles while he or she is sleeping, when the nightmare world approaches a deeper darkness, i.e. sleep, a phenomenon occurs in which light is almost completely taken away and the world shifts into an even deeper nightmare as the cycle shifts again. As for the right side and the reverse side, in short, it isn't that one is reality and one is a dream. The fact is that neither is reality. Oh, flipping through notes here. Flipping through. Take care, Jack Daniels. Thank you for stopping in once again. So, there it is. Silent Hill, as we know it, is a dream. It is a singular dream, shifting perspectives. Similar to how a dream like up there, you're talking about that dream you're in high school and your teeth were falling out. Well, it's a dream that can shift from a nightmare to a dream back and forth without any connective tissue in connecting the two. Yes, I said that is from the 1999 Japanese strategy guide, the Konami official one, apparently. Obviously, since I don't physically have a copy and I cannot translate Japanese, I cannot confirm 100%, but to the best of my knowledge, that is an official quote. So, what does that mean, though? Silent Hill is a dream? Well, I talked about this a lot in my Lone Survivor video, and I'll be using the same quotes I used there from Carl Jung, specifically his chapter that he wrote for the book Man and His Symbols, specifically about dream analysis. Yeah, exactly. That is a massive lore dump to just be put in a manual. But the whole point of dreams, see, a lot of people don't like that. They say, oh, well, a dream, it's invalid. No, it's not. Think of it almost like Nightmare on Elm Street, just for like a really, really poor comparison. It's real to the characters in the moment. If they die, they do in fact die. But as we would understand it, whatever supernatural power is in Silent Hill is making this dream a reality. Think of it that way. Oh, God, I don't want to talk about true Silent Hill or real Silent Hill experience. Yeah, it's a Nightmare on Elm Street sort of thing. Think of it that way. That's a pretty good comparison, actually, Dave. So, some quotes from Carl Jung on the point of dream analysis. The general function of dreams is to try and restore our psychological balance by producing dream material that reestablishes, in a subtle way, a total psychic equilibrium. It's from Approaching the Unconscious from Man and His Symbols. Essentially what he's saying is that we work out our issues and thoughts from our waking life in our dreams, in sort of the unconscious dream state that we go into. As a general rule, the unconscious aspect of any event is revealed to us in dreams, where it appears not as rational thought, but as symbolic image. Dreams communicate the dreamer's subconscious thoughts, fears, anxieties, issues, traumas through symbolism. Sound familiar? If it does, that's because that's the entire impetus of Silent Hill that we all somewhat agree upon. Bloodborne, too. Bloodborne's another good comparison. There's a lot of Eastern use of dream symbolism and what that means. Well, we get into the Buddhist stuff, but I don't want to do that today. So we're already going way too deep into this one cutscene. We haven't even talked on the Dahlia plot stuff yet. Yes, Carl Jung was also a big inspiration for Persona 4. Very interesting. But essentially, yeah, as we went over, symbolism is how dreams communicate to the dreamer. And the last quote we will use, the two fundamental points of dealing with dreams are these. First, the dream should be read as a fact about which one must make no previous assumption except that it somehow makes sense. And second, the dream is a specific expression of the unconscious. Essentially, everything that has happened in the events of Silent Hill as a game is a dream. All of it. And it reflects the headspace, the psychology, the anxieties, the fears, what have you, of the dreamer. But here's the question. Who is the dreamer? We don't know. This is actually very similar to David Lynch. We mentioned Lynch earlier as one of the big influences, but his filmography usually consists, his movies and shows, have big contrasts between reality of a character's life and the character's dream world, their fantasies. And he makes the contrast between the two constantly in his work. I think the thing that Silent Hill's Otherworld and Fog World could be most compared to would be, once again, Twin Peaks with the white and black lodges. These are parallel worlds that Dale Cooper, the protagonist of the show, can access through his dreams. And as the show continues, eventually the dream merges itself onto the waking world. So, yeah. The fundamental question we have is that if this is all a dream, if we are going through essentially we're walking through someone's mind right now. The question is, what does it mean, and what does it mean to who? Who is the dreamer? Yeah, David Lynch's commercials are top tier. No, see, real smart boys talk about David Lynch's web series, Rabbits. That's what the real big brain boys are at. But yeah, we should move on to the actual plot. Well, you cry in the shower because you're just not, not woke like me. You're not living your life like Dale Cooper, man. But yeah, we should have talked about the plot and the lore stuff there that actually happened. Dahlia is basically laying out, the demon in the form of the child is laying out the Marcus Samael and is going to basically sacrifice Cheryl to, I don't know, Satan or whatever, and summon hell. Bad stuff's happening. I do find it interesting. I do find it very, very interesting how she is motivating Harry through very, stereotypical Christian language, like very vague Christian allusions, like the demon needs to be stopped, hellfire, brimstone, all that kind of stuff. That's something that is fascinating in retrospect. We won't talk about it here though, since a future game makes very interesting use of that. Oh god, we've been talking for like 10 minutes about that one scene. I said it was gonna happen. I warned you all. But yeah, let's move on. You do have, yeah, you got it. You got it, Jonathan. But unfortunately, I cannot say that out loud since we're trying to go play by play and just reveal it as it's revealed to us. Oh shit! Yeah, haha. So this area sucks. Shit. Alright. Aha! Get juked. Oh, man. Oh, Harry should be a running back in the NFL. He'd be a regular pro. Oh, come on. There we go. Got disoriented for a second, trying to catch up on chat. It is mentioned in a future game, actually. A future game makes a pretty big deal. Pretty big deal of Harry's spiritual beliefs, but that's a story for a future day. About Harry's religious beliefs. That's something for a future thing, and we won't do that right now. Alright, so let's make sure I'm not dying. Fuck, we'll use one, why not? So this seems really weird to me, because this can be ruined by running up. Like, look at this camera angle. This is fantastic. This is atmospheric. This is ominous. Try running up. Now it looks ridiculous. Harry's just running into the wall. I think of any area, I think run should have been disabled here. Because very clearly, if you pay attention, like, what it is more cyclic imagery. Harry's just walking in a circle. It's an endless, looks almost like an endless cycle where you can't, at a certain point, you can't see the beginning, you can't see the end. It's just a cycle. But when he runs, it looks ridiculous. Ah, whatever. Alessa, no. Damn, she laid the Marcus Samael.
Damn, I was too late.
So, weird detail. Certain emulators cannot handle this scene right here, and it goes straight to black unless you go into your map and then back out, and then that for a split second you have regular lighting and you have to walk your way back down the stairs. Just that shot right there. I have no idea why it causes certain emulators to freak out. Yeah, I can see the Uzumaki comparisons. I think Silent Hill has a different use of it, obviously. What I believe it is, and sort of what I think is one of the take-home ideas of Silent Hill 1, is very different. Since, I will say one thing off the bat, I don't think Silent Hill 1 is as thematically concise as 2 and 3, especially Silent Hill 2. But, for what I think is one of the take-home messages, or themes, if you want, about Silent Hill 1, the cyclic imagery does work there, but it also works in general with the series, since, like moths, Silent Hill, I get hit by that dog every single time. But Silent Hill 1, Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, and even 4 make a lot of use of cyclic imagery, cycles, stuff like that.
Sybil hasn't come back. That creep's sure to show up at the amusement park pretty soon. Let me be on time.
Alright, so it's nice that it just teleports us back. Alright, so let's go back to the other sewer area and find Sybil. Alright, let's go. Yes, actually, 3 has a lot of Session 9 imagery. Specifically, The Office has a section where it references Session 9, a very powerful image from that film. If we ever do Silent Hill 3 in one of these in-depth formats, we'll get there. But I don't know. I'll talk with people later if they want to see that, if we ever do Silent Hill 2 or 3 for sort of Silent Hill 2 or 3 in-depth. I don't know. We'll wait and see. The cover has been removed. Could Sybil have gone to the amusement park from here? Nani? So, there's some questions some people have about what attacked Sybil there. I have my own opinion. We'll get to that later. But, as we can see here, we got the Mark of Samael. Session 1 to 8. Yeah, you gotta watch them all. That's your homework for tonight. But no, Session 9 is a pretty decent movie overall. It's not the best in the world or anything, but I enjoy it for what it is. Pretty interesting. Good visual direction. Alright. But yeah, I have an idea about what attacked Sybil there, but I don't know, we'll talk about that as we get to Sybil, and sort of my end treatise on that character. There we go. So, as you can see, as we run through the sewer, we now have statues of that same body model that we've seen since the beginning. I should probably heal Harry. We now have statues of it, just lining the walls. There's another one. And more importantly, we're going to have an enemy. These things. These are the Mumblers, I believe their names are. They are actually what replaced the Grey Children in the European and the Japanese versions. Ah. Yeah, those little mole things there, they represent moles, basically. I don't know. They're one of the lesser thought of enemies. Once again, just want to point out, it is that crucified corpse strung up in the water. Just lying there. See it again. Listen to that industrial rage, man. Listen to that. But as we walk, we can start to see, it looks like a little merry-go-round horse in the sewer. So, let's go up the ladder here. And here we are. We are in the Lakeside Amusement Park. Now I hate this area with a passion, because there's no map. And this is actually easy to get lost. Oh yeah, District 9's a great movie. But these are larval stalkers, remember? From the hospital. Oh, he fell over. Oh no, little guy. You're okay. But boy. I don't know why the fuck these things are here. Like, I don't know, man. Like, could they mean something? When you know what the larval stalker is, does this area have significance? I couldn't tell you. Shoot him in the face. Back to killing children. Oh yeah. Just like I love. This is where the fun begins. Alright, moving on. Moving on up. Moving on up. To the east side, moving on up. Yeah, it's because children love amusement parks and the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Hey, buddy. Later. Let's save the game here. I need to play Bloodborne again, too. I have a PS4 controller on hand right now. I'm using it to play this game. Aha! But yeah, let's save the game here. Hey. Basically, I feel like a lot of people, I think, resist the dream interpretation because they sort of see it like that. Like, oh, Harry doesn't know what's going on, so the audience isn't supposed to know what's going on. Therefore, there's no answer. Time is convoluted in Silent Hill. But look, like, there's one right here. You want to do Bloodborne? Okay, I have the DLC. I got that shit already. I'll play that game. Bloodborne's fucking baller as shit. But yeah, here we go. Save the game. Let's go in here. Damn, son. So yeah, So if you try to fight Sybil legit, she's actually the hardest fight in the game. How could you ask him what he wants to do? Time is convoluted. Good question. Who knows? Time's convoluted in Silent Hill and Lordran. But, yeah. Sybil is the hardest fight in the game if you try to do her legit. But we're not going to do her legit. What we're going to do is, just kind of observe her for a bit. Stand up, Harry. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on, big boy. What's interesting is that you can actually see she has a bloody spot on her back. If you can look at that. And she's actually moving, if you pay attention, sort of. Oh, shit. Yeah, she kills you quick. Sybil's the hardest fight in the game. Easy. But she moves a little bit like the infected puppet nurses from the hospital. She moves like it. She kind of animates like it. Oh, wrong button. I just want to like pause the game, get a good look at her. I'm going to get shot as soon as I unpause. But it is interesting how she bears a striking resemblance to the puppet nurses. Now, it's hard to describe my thoughts on Sybil's significance to the plot without getting into full spoilers, but I just want to highlight the parallel that she has with the puppet nurses. That symbolically, I think they fill the same role, and that could be why Sybil is here. That she fills a similar role to what the puppet nurses do to the Dreamer. But that's not... It's hard to talk about that without getting into spoilers, and unfortunately, we're not going to do that tonight. So I'm just going to try and eat this bullet. Aha! Yeah, damn. Sybil's going pop, pop, pop. Making Harry drop. For real. So what we're going to do is we're going to cheese her. We're going to do the famous Sybil cheese. Get over here. We're going to take that red liquid that we got from the hospital and splash her.
Sybil! Wake up! Snap out of it! Sybil!
Harry, what happened?
Shh! Don't talk. I'll take care of you.
Harry, why did they take your daughter? Why her?
I'm not sure myself. But, you know, Cheryl isn't my biological daughter. I actually haven't told her yet. She probably already knows anyway, though. We found her abandoned on the side of the highway. Nobody knew where she came from. We didn't have any kids of our own. My wife was sick. And it didn't look like she was getting any better. So we took Cheryl in.
So in that case...
there might be some connection between Cheryl and this town.
So what do you do now?
Cheryl is my daughter. I will save her no matter what. I figured you'd show. Hold it right there. I don't know who you are or what you're trying to do, and I don't care. Just one thing. Let Cheryl go. That's all I ask. What? Damn. Huh? What is this? Where's Cheryl? Give me back my daughter.
We meet at last, Alessa.
Dahlia Gillespie? Where's Cheryl? Where is she?
Alessa. This is the end of your little game.
Mama?
Huh? Could she be...
You've been a ghastly little pest, haven't you, Alessa? I was careless, thinking you couldn't escape from our spell. But Mommy didn't know how much you'd grown. That's why I couldn't catch you all by myself. But what a pity, yes? Now you're half indebted to this man for his help.
Hey, what are you talking about?
Alessa, my dear little girl, there is one thing left I need you to do for me.
No! Get away from me!
Bad girl. Everything is ready. Let's go home.
What's going on here?
Harry.
Lisa. What happened? Where's Alessa and Dahlia?
Harry, listen. Something you said before has been bothering me. I just can't get it out of my head.
What is it, Lisa?
So I went to look in the basement, even though I was scared as hell. Like you said, there were these creepy rooms, but nothing really unusual down there. But while I was down there, I got this weird feeling. Like I'd been there before. Like something happened there, but I can't quite remember somehow. What was it? Harry, help me. I'm so scared. I can't take this.
It's only a temporary thing. You're in shock from when you were knocked out. Don't fret about it. You'll remember after a while.
No. You don't understand.
Wait! Where do you think you're going?
Lisa. Damn, what's that? That sound. From down there, it's coming from the basement. Just gonna pause the game because we have a lot to go over. It's a lot of cutscene that we gotta talk about. Number one, the reason I went for the good plus ending is that only in the good plus ending do you get the plot point that Cheryl is not his biological daughter. He and his wife found Cheryl as an infant along the side of a highway while his wife was sick and starting to die. Cheryl is not his biological kid. They just found her as an infant on the side of the road, which, if you remember correctly from the CG opening, you could actually see the image of Harry and his black-haired wife picking up an infant and just looking at it. That's more than likely the shot of them finding baby Cheryl. So you only get that in Good Plus. I have no idea why. That's a vital detail that they just left out of every other ending. But after that, Dahlia is revealed to have been playing Harry the entire time, basically plotting him against Alessa, planting the Flaros on him, pretty much the only thing that could actually kick her ass. Harry was a puppet and tool the entire time, and one thing I just want to point out that's interesting is, notice how Dahlia never refers to Harry by his name, ever? She never even makes an attempt to learn it. Just, this man, you. It's always just kind of like, because he's an object, he's nothing to her. But always found that interesting. Yeah. She played me like a damn fiddle. It was ours, damn it. Give it back. Punished Venom Harry, fallen legend. So, what happens though, I think the most interesting detail is that after Alessa is captured or collected, what have you, by Dahlia, Harry wakes up once again. Waking up imagery in the hospital. In the room where he found Lisa originally. Lisa doesn't look so good. Her eyes twitching. She's a little upset. And we get some interesting details. notice how her demeanor has changed. Lisa used to be very polite, a little mousy, but here, completely monotone. Just, Harry, listen. I went to the basement. Very first thing she says. Doesn't ask how he's doing, doesn't ask anything. Notice how in the other interactions, she was concerned with Harry's well-being. Here, doesn't give a shit. I went to the basement. Whatever she saw down there, she didn't like. But what is interesting to note is that, remember, in the very first encounter, she claimed hospital staff cannot go in the basement. I've never been there. I don't know what's down there. And she goes down there and saw something that triggered something in her. She is terrified. And when Harry tries to comfort her, she just brushes him off. No, you don't get it. You don't get it at all. Now something's in the basement. Not clear what that is. A sound. We'll talk more about Lisa when we see her next. I think it's very fascinating about sort of what happens with her. But yeah, that is the gist of those cutscenes up to this point. And where are we? Well, I can tell you exactly where we are. We're fucking nowhere, son. And I think this is where we're going to call it tonight. This is the final area. Usually this can take you like half an hour. It's 45 minutes to beat on your first playthrough. I think this is going to be 2 hours on its own, because this is the plot that's about to happen. This is the drop of everything. I have about 15 pages of notes for the entire game. And how do I put this? I think 5 pages are just on nowhere. Like a third of my entire notebook is just about this area. There's a lot we got to go over. There's a lot we got to do. So I think if we're going to call it, this is a good place to say good evening. And I will thank you for watching. Because, yeah, I say tomorrow night. You know what? Let's just do it. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling hot. Feeling motivated. Tomorrow evening, gonna set it for 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We're gonna do this. We're gonna finish this. So thank you all for watching once again. And as Jonathan's saying, that's all, folks. Thanks once again. See you tomorrow. We're gonna finish this once and for all.